This is No BS, All NBA, and today I'm going to be talking about who I think are the top 5 players going into the 2021-2022 season. But before I get into the top 5 players, I'm going to give some honorable mention players who didn't quite make the top 5. In no particular order, my honorable mentions are James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, the MVP Nikola Jokic, and Damian Lillard. All those guys are great players, and some of those guys can probably have been in the top 5 before and probably be in the top 5 again. Another person that I'm saying that I'm leaving off my list is Kawhi Leonard, and it's not because I don't think he's in the top 5. Of course he is. It's because we don't know if Kawhi is going to even play next season. If you ask me, I think he's probably going to play, but coming off of an ACL tear, we have no idea if Kawhi is going to play. So those are my honorable mentions. Number 5 on my list, Baby Bird himself, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic dominated last season, man. He's the youngest superstar on this list, and he is definitely a superstar at this point. The kid had crazy numbers in the playoffs. I know he only had one series in the playoffs, but they went 7 games, and he went against the Clippers, man. And he was pretty much playing the Clippers by himself. And he dominated. Nobody can stop him. It didn't matter who they put on him. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Pat Bev. It didn't matter. It did not matter. Luka Doncic still came away with 35 points, more than 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. Dominated the Clippers, took them to 7 games, beat them but 3 times in LA. I mean, and he pretty much did that by himself. Luka Doncic, I think, is only going to get better and better. And along with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's going to be the superstar for the future. Number 4 was the hardest for me to come up with between number 3 and number 4. And this pains me to say this, but number 4, I got going into the 2021-22 season, and all of this is based off last season, who I thought had the best performances last season. Number 4 is King James. Number 6, LeBron James. Last year, I think he was playing like he was one of the best players in the world, but then he hurt his ankle, and he never came back the same. He missed a lot of games at the end of the season. He came back, he was playing well, but he still wasn't that LeBron James. He played well. I mean, he didn't play too well in the first round. It was just him by himself, but you could tell he really didn't have his foot on the pedal. Now, I'm gonna chalk that up to injury, but like I say, you gotta update your resume. And LeBron, you gotta update your resume, man. You got 4-time champion, one of the greatest players of all time. But as in my opinion, right now, going off what happened last season, LeBron is the 4th best player in the league. Steph Curry showed me some shit last year that I didn't even know was possible. I've been saying this for years. Steph Curry is a robot. The stuff that he does on the basketball court shouldn't even be possible. Steph Curry was the league leader in points last year with 32 points a game, 5.8 assists per game, and 5.5 rebounds a game. It always astonished me how little Steph Curry be getting those rebounds. Steph Curry had like a bunch of games, 40 points, a bunch of games where he hit 10 straight threes. I mean, it was like a whole month of April. He just dominated. Nobody, to me, in the regular season played like Steph Curry, and I really don't even know how close it was. Maybe you could say James Harden was up there with him in the regular season, but to me, pound for pound, even over the Joker, you know what I'm saying? He won an MVP, but that was because of their rankings. If there was no rankings, if they didn't go off seedings for MVP, Steph Curry would have definitely been the MVP last year. And it's a shame because of that damn play-in tournament, we didn't get to see Curry in the playoffs. But with Klay Thompson coming back this year, it's going to be a rude awakening. Don't forget about those Splash Brothers. Don't forget about Stephen Curry, the 3rd best player in the NBA. The 2nd best player in the NBA, in my opinion, is none other than the Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, how can you have Kevin Durant number 2? If you have Kevin Durant number 1, I'm not going to argue with you. And before I saw the NBA Finals, I had Kevin Durant as number 1, too. In the NBA playoffs, I mean, that was probably the best version of Kevin Durant that we've ever seen, and he was coming off of an Achilles injury, which is insane to think about. How could Kevin Durant possibly have gotten any better than he was in Golden State? I think he really got better. In the playoffs, Kevin Durant averaged 34.3 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. He dominated the playoffs, and he almost beat the Milwaukee Bucks by himself. I mean, it came down to the wire, last shot in overtime. That, and KD didn't have his legs on him anymore. At that point, he was out of it. But Kevin Durant, man, nobody can stop him. Nobody in the history of the league has had the skill set that Kevin Durant has. Kevin Durant can literally shoot the ball from anywhere on the court. Kevin Durant has handles like a guard. Kevin Durant can pass. Kevin Durant is a very underrated passer. Kevin Durant is a great defender. He's unstoppable. He is really the definition of an unstoppable player. And if we see Kevin Durant with Kyrie Irving and James Harden all healthy, that's it. That's a wrap. As long as they want to play together and win together, I think they'll do it. And the best player in the NBA is the reigning, defending, undisputed Finals MVP, Giannis, the Greek freak Antetokounmpo. What else can you say about Giannis? First of all, not only is Giannis, I think, the best player in the league right now. I'll be completely honest. Giannis is my favorite player in the league right now, so I might be a little bit biased. But he's been my favorite player for a while now, and I haven't put him in the best player. But watching what he did in that playoffs, he dominated. People forget that Giannis, how good Kevin Durant was, Giannis averaged over 30 points too. Giannis dominated in that series too, and Giannis was the one who clinched that series and took them to the Eastern Conference Finals. People forget that Giannis got injured in the Eastern Conference Finals. When I was watching the game, I thought he fucking tore his ACL. Not only did he return, and it was like nothing ever happened, and he dominated. In the NBA Finals, Giannis averaged 35.2 points, 13.2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.8 blocks. That's almost 2 blocks a game. And he dominated the Suns, man. Dominated them on defense and offense by himself. Dropped 50 points in the NBA Finals. 50 points. A 50-point double-double. He had like 13, 14 rebounds. The block that he had on DeAndre Ayton, to me, is the greatest block I've ever seen. Even over LeBron's Game 7. I know that block was probably more historical because it was Game 7, the end of the game. But he was straight up guarding Devin Booker, took one step and blocked it. And no matter what haters like Skip Bayless want to say, that's not easy. Giannis, to me, has proven that he is, without a doubt, the best player on defense in the league. The only player I think that could go toe-to-toe with him on defense is Anthony Davis. And he has now shown to me that he is either 1A or 1B on offense behind Kevin Durant. And that's why I had to put him. If Giannis can play how he played in the finals, realize that he is more Shaq than he is Kobe, nobody's going to be able to stop him. Nobody's as strong as Giannis. Nobody is as quick as Giannis. And he has gotten to the point where the wall won't even stop him because they got the right players around him. And his IQ has gone up so high. And he's only 26 years old. And he's already an NBA champion, Finals MVP, 2 times MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, the only player to ever win one of 3 players to only win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season. He's only 26 years old. This is Giannis' league. I'm sorry, LeBron. Giannis has taken the crown, and he is the best player going into the 2021-2022 NBA season. This has been No BS, All NBA.